give a progress video on the module I'm making, which is on the scientific method. The reason I decided to design and develop this learning artifact was that I've seen from teaching students consecutively, there's an issue in retaining specific information on the scientific method. So I wanted to create something that would be fun and add a different take on teaching this method for them. I feel that this artifact is innovative because I haven't used anything like it before, but I also feel that it takes a topic that can get kind of dry since it's done every single year and makes it a little more interactive and a little more fun. And I tried to make it more of a game feel for them instead of it being just like doing anything else in the classroom. Students will first come to this homepage, and when they get here, there's a video. I'll insert a clip here. Welcome. This site has been created with information from the scientific method to help review content that has been covered. They'll listen to that video and then they can click on one of the two steps. If they feel, or if they're in an older group, I feel like they could go to the review videos. They could just click on this button and continue on to the next page. If they are don't have as good of an understanding, or I feel they need a little more, they will click on the steps of the scientific method. When designing this website for this learning artifact, I decided to make the pages hidden so that the only way to move on was to go by the buttons. So when they click the steps of the scientific method button, they are going to get to this application, or sorry, they'll get to this module. And when they get in, they can go through the parts of the scientific method. It will go through different questions. There is interactive buttons that they have to click on for the parts of the scientific method video or learning tool. Students will click begin. They'll get to this screen. There will be a brief video of my animated character that explains what the idea of this whole learning module is for. They can click on any of the buttons at the end, but at the beginning, they click observation. And then as they go through at the beginning, there's a brief explanation of each step. Each step also has an interactive learning part to it. Students have to get it right to be able to move on. They will work through this, going through each of the following steps. And once they get to the end, they will receive a how did you do, and then the idea is that they screenshot it and send it to me. I'm not sure how I would want that done yet, whether it is a Google form or if I would prefer them just to email it. Then they can click and either go back to the home page or go to application. The application, which I am currently working on here, the idea is that they are going to use the scientific method and apply that knowledge. I'm going to insert a video here with a farmer explaining what he is trying to figure out. And then the student is going to work through setting up that experiment on what of the following is the appropriate question. They will select from a drop-down menu what the hypothesis could be. And there's a click and drag to work on variable understanding, what materials should be used, and then the final thing is placing the procedure in order. Once that is finished, I will be inserting that in this spot. If I have time, I would like to insert something with vocabulary, but I don't know if I will have enough time to get all of that done. That might be just left for future use. Then they would click home. From the home screen, they will have to go to the review videos. These are just videos from YouTube that I have used in classes previously. And then from there, they can get to the escape room. The escape room is the original video I made where they are going to have rooms that are locked and they have to work through those processes and use the information they have gained to get through that. Some things that went well were learning how to use different tools like Captivate, Active Presenter, and Character Animator. I feel like I have a better understanding of them. I also feel like this is something I might could do for future things in my classroom. Instead of a simple test, I could make something like this to use. Some challenging aspects was learning how to take the projects made in Captivate and Active Presenter and put them in a format that I could put on my Google site. That did take a lot of looking online. I did find that the best option was GitHub, and I do have to go back through YouTube videos to watch it multiple times to figure that out still. The next steps, like I said, is to continue working on the application part to get that in, hopefully maybe get a vocabulary part in as well. If there's time before this is due to be submitted, I would like to try to get this to be worked through by my students just to see if there's any other snags that I need to work on before submitting the final project.